Hey everyone, and welcome. Today, we are going to break down a certification that's a real game changer in the world of supply chain, the Certified in Logistics, Transportation, and Distribution, or as we all know it, the CLTD from APICS. So let me ask you something right off the bat. Are you ready to stop just being in logistics and start leading it? If that sounds like you, then stick around, because you are in the perfect place. You know, in today's job market, there's a huge difference between just having experience and having validated expertise. Think about it. Experience is great, but it's often tied to how one specific company does things, their own secret recipe, right? Validated expertise, on the other hand, means you speak a universal language. Your skills are based on global best practices that are recognized everywhere. And trust me, that's what companies are looking for. So, here's our game plan for this explainer. We're going to start with the why. Why certification is more important than ever. Then we'll get into exactly what the CLTD is, cover all the cool stuff you'll learn, look at who's hiring, and wrap it all up with a clear, step-by-step path to get you certified. All right, let's dive into our first section. In a world that's constantly changing, with competition getting tougher every day, you have to ask, why bother with a certification at all? Well, the most immediate answer is simple. It makes you stand out. Period. When a hiring manager sees that certification on your resume, it's like a giant flashing sign that says, hey, this person is serious about their career. They've put in the work. And it's not just about getting noticed for a new job. It's about unlocking real movement in your career. You know, a lot of the top companies use certifications as a kind of internal benchmark. It's how they spot the people who are ready for promotions and leadership positions. It's your ticket to that next level. And let's be real. This is a big one for a lot of us. We're talking about your paycheck. This isn't just about professional development. It's a direct investment in your earning power, and we've got the numbers to back it up. And hey, don't just take my word for it. The data speaks for itself. ASCM's own salary surveys show this year after year, certified pros consistently earn more. We're not talking about a small difference either. This is a real, measurable financial advantage. Okay, so we've covered the why. You get it. It's valuable. Now, let's get into the what. What exactly is the CLTD certification? To put it simply, the CLTD is the gold standard. It's the credential that proves to the whole world that you've mastered the best practices in getting things from point A to point B efficiently and effectively. When you have the CLTD, you basically have the industry's official seal of approval. It's the real deal. So, you might be thinking, okay, sounds great, but is this actually for me? Well, if you're a logistics manager, a warehouse supervisor, or anything in between, then absolutely yes. But honestly, it's for anyone whose job even touches the world of shipping and warehousing. If you're involved in moving goods, this certification is going to make you better at your job. All right, let's pop the hood and see what you're actually going to learn. This is where we get into the nuts and bolts of what makes the CLTD so powerful. The whole program is broken down into 8 core areas. The first 4 really build your foundation. You start with the big picture of logistics. Then you dive into balancing supply and demand, making the order process super smooth, and becoming an expert in managing inventory and warehouses. It's the bedrock of everything else. And it doesn't stop there. The next 4 modules take you even deeper. We're talking about mastering transportation, navigating the tricky waters of global trade, designing super efficient distribution networks, and even tackling huge modern challenges like reverse logistics and sustainability. It covers the entire landscape. So, you've gained all this incredible knowledge. Now what? How does that actually pay off in the real world? Let's talk about what employers are looking for and the return on investment you'll bring to the table. I mean, just look at the companies that are actively hunting for people with this certification. We're talking about the titans of the industry: Amazon, UPS, Walmart. Their entire business model depends on flawless logistics, so they know that a CLTD certified pro is someone who can solve their biggest, most complex problems. And this is exactly why they want you. This is the impact you can make from day one. You'll be the person who can streamline the whole operation, find ways to save money, make sure everything is compliant with tricky trade laws, and even lead the charge on sustainability. You don't just become an employee, you become an asset. Okay, at this point, you're probably thinking, I'm in. How do I do this? Well, the great news is the path to getting certified is super clear and structured. No guesswork involved. Here it is, your 5-step plan to success. It all starts with joining a community like Houston ASCM for support. Then you pick the learning style that works for you, you dive into the official study materials, you book your exam, and then you earn your CLTD. It's a straightforward journey to a really powerful destination. So, we've laid it all out there: the why, the what, and the how. We've seen the value it adds, the doors it opens, and the impact you can make. Now, really, there's only one question left to answer. All the great information in this explainer came from the folks at ASCM Houston. If you're feeling fired up and you're ready to make your next move, your first stop should be their website, houston.ascm.org. You can get started right there. Thanks so much for tuning in.